Hey there, Star Wars fans. This is Wesatron. Today we're taking a look at Hasbro's Star Wars The Black Series number 9 Stormtrooper. This figure has been out for a little while and is part of Wave 3 of the Black Series. Standard Black Series box, no decals or graphics on the side. This side is all plastic. On the back we see a little stamped screenshot of several of the Stormtroopers and a little bit of a bio up at the top. On the top we have another stamped picture of our Stormtrooper. And that's about it. No credits or anything down here. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get this guy out of package and see what he's like. Here's the Stormtrooper out of packaging, doing a better firing pose than he ever would have needed for as often as they actually hit anything. And he looks really, really nice. Very, very similar in sculpt to the Sandtrooper mold, but there are some differences. Unfortunately, my Sandtrooper is still in one of the myriad boxes floating around this room, so I can't tell you 100% exactly what is different. I know someone has mentioned in another review that the legs, some of the leg armor and stuff, obviously he's much cleaner. There are fewer paint apps in that regard, but I can't tell you exactly what armor differences there are. I apologize for that. But very, very nice figure. They did a great job with this. Let me just up a little bit. There we go. As far as articulation, we've got a ball-jointed head with a very, very nice range. You can see you get all kinds of great motion out of the helmet on its own. You can look up, down, turn left and right. You can tilt. It's amazing. And then we've got a hinge in the neck as well, so he can look very far down or very far up. The two joints that are in the head combined make for a very, very expressive neck, which is very cool. We've got swivel hinges in the shoulders. And just like the Sandtrooper, they can only go out about so far before they get blocked. So this is an unfortunate design flaw with the armor. There's nothing really that Hasbro could do about it other than to cut into the armor, and I think they're trying to avoid that on the larger scale to make this a little more collector friendly so it doesn't show the articulation quite as much. We have swivels in the biceps, which go all the way around, very nice. Double hinges in the elbow. First point only gets you about that far. It's basically just kind of a jumping off point for the second point of articulation, which will get you about there. Very, very nice. It's not a perfect bend, but it's not bad considering the bulkiness of the armor. We've got swivel hinge wrist. This one goes all the way around and goes in and out. And then the right one, which is the gun holding hand, goes up and down. So you can kind of point the gun more at the floor or a little bit higher or whatever. Kind of more of a salute type thing. That's probably not the right word. Basically, you can hold the gun in a more uniform position. So very cool. Got a ball joint in the midsection. We go, oops, his head pops off. Go forward about that far. Not a whole lot forward, but not bad. I mean, from there to there. And then goes back very far. And then we've got tilt, right and left and everything. And then what's interesting this time around is that the swivel in the joint is actually ratcheted. I may have just never noticed it before, but at least it seems new to me, so I think that's interesting. We have ball joints in the hips. So the legs go forward about that far. They are blocked by the armor, and going back they're blocked quite a bit as well, which is unfortunate because this is a mold that they're probably going to use several more times, and that's just a flaw that they can't get around with their current design. And the upper thigh here, we have a swivel, which can rotate. Very nice. The problem is when you get that leg moving too far forward, the rotation won't really help you. Like if it was down here, you'd be able to straighten that. Like, see, once you start bending the knee, it bends inwards. If the rotation were down here, you could bend it outwards, but it would compromise the aesthetics of the sculpt. And I understand, you know, that could be an issue for a lot of people. So while I would prefer it to, you know, maybe come a little lower, there's not really a whole lot they could do about that. Double hinges in the knees. First point will get you about 90 degrees. Second point gives you a very nice range all the way back. Very, very cool. And then we've got the Hasbro style swivel hinge in the ankles. So they go back very, very far. If that's vanilla, they go forward about that far. Not too bad. And then the rotation point there as well. This is another one of the Hasbro figures that does not have swivels in the calves. I really wish that they did. It would really help with posability, with, you know, making him stand up straight. But, you know, what are you going to do? It's how it is. Comes with two blasters, which we'll take a closer look at, but I'll just show you real quick. He's got his little blaster, kind of submachine gun type here. I can't remember what they're called. like the E11 or E15 blast rifle or something, and same with this. But they're both very, very nice, made of a sturdy plastic. So let's go ahead and zoom in on these so we can get a better look at them. So this here is a short blaster. There are no paint apps on this particular blaster, and it is made of a slightly softer plastic, so it has warped a little bit in package, but not really too bad. Probably won't be displaying him with this one because he does come with a nice holster, so I'll probably just be dropping it in there and leaving it just because I always like to leave guns in their holsters when I can. I think it's cool. The larger weapon is a much stiffer plastic, and it has a bit, let me show you, it's pretty tough, and it has a bit of a wash on it. Maybe some dry brushing would be more accurate. It's a little bit of silver paint. They don't really have it on the stock, but you know, most of the metal parts, it's got some on there, so it looks pretty nice. It's not overly done. It won't really like catch your eye or anything, but if you're looking close, you can say like, oh look, they did a little detail. So not too bad. Pretty cool, and he holds both of those weapons very well. So yeah, very nice. Now, the helmet is very classic. It looks great. It's got the blue notches on this side, the big black band across the visor. We've got the little gray ports on the back and everything. Everything looks really, really nice. Unfortunately, on the back, we do still have this huge peg hole where the backpack fits in for the Stormtrooper. So that's a bit of an eyesore there. It's not the worst thing in the world, but, you know, it's there, just so you're aware. Hopefully you won't have too many shots or displays where you're displaying your figure backwards. But yeah, little black details on the abdomen there. They've got some nice notching here. Hopefully you can see that pretty clearly. The armor just looks really, really nice. Lots of great detail. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of paint detail on here because this is just like a crisp, clean, new Stormtrooper. So pretty nice overall. A little bit of gray down here on the back, but mostly just black and then the factory white. It is pretty glossy, so it gets a nice natural sheen to it. I could see some people probably putting a gloss white paint on there to make them shimmer a little bit more, you know, when it catches the light and stuff, but really it's not too bad. The actual holster here, if you can see, it actually is made to look like leather and has a lot of like scratches and cracks and things on it, so they did a really nice job with that. And the belt, as you can see, there's a little hook here. Hopefully you can see that down there. This is removable. You can pop it off. I'm not going to do it because this is on here pretty tight. You can see you can barely move it at all, so I'm worried it's going to be one of those things where you pop it off and you can never get it back on. So I'm just going to, you know, let it fall where it does and not really mess with it too much. But yeah, pretty nice figure overall. In terms of detail and everything, they did a really nice job. So value-wise, this guy is fairly on par with the line. You get a highly articulated action figure with nice details. You get one long rifle, and then you get the shorter blaster that's in his holster there. So it's not, you know, as many accessories as, like, say, Han here comes with, where he's got extra hands and the extra belt and everything. But there's not a whole ton of extra stuff you could give to a Stormtrooper. Like, there's other guns that you could throw in there, but they're not really necessary, at least for me. I'm not going to be troop building like tons of these. I'll probably just get one more, just to maybe flank Vader when he comes out or something like that. But for $20, you get a decent amount. You get about the same as that you get with Luke here, and Boba Fett comes with a bit more, but he needed it all. So pretty decent deal. You know, 20 bucks is high for an action figure, but that's where we are these days. So not too bad overall. That's pretty much it as far as this guy goes. Like I said, he's pretty similar to the Stormtrooper, so there's not a whole lot extra to say about him. He looks very good, very iconic. So if you like the Stormtrooper design, go for it. It's a very cool action figure. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please throw them in the box below. Thanks to all the subscribers and commenters. I really appreciate it, everybody. If you do get the chance and you're not subscribed, you know, hook me up. I've got a lot more videos on the way, so I'd love to have you on board. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.